Road. I'm here at Vultures in Colorado Springs, a personal favorite spot for me personally. But tonight we're catching and documenting the Wheel of Doom.
Spin that wheel!
Glad to have you guys along for the ride.
Put your hands together for the very funny Maria Fetterhoff! Last week on! Special guest tonight, Taylor Duggar, everybody! Colossal Matt Medina!
We'll be getting started in 10 minutes.
Spin that wheel! Spin that wheel! Spin that wheel!
I am the wheelmaster of Doom, comedian John Rumery, and this is my head producer,
Alan Mitchell.
Alan Mitchell. We've been running this show for close to 6 years now. The rules of the show are pretty simple. We bring comics up, they spin a Wheel of Doom with 8 different punishments and roadblocks that they have to face and still bring laughter to the audience. And those can range from drinking grass and dirt soda to eating a raw habanero pepper to getting just out in your underwear on stage. It changes every month, but we're constantly trying to bring something new and something fresh. And this is the man, Alan Mitchell, who designed the whole thing.
So,
There you go. He's a technical guy. Wouldn't be here without him.
Jesus, how long it was before pandemic we started this show? I don't. Sorry, he's playing with our taser rod that he brought with us. We had a show where we tased a buddy of mine while he was doing stand up. He wasn't, so I was set up behind him with the taser rod, and he had to face forward, and he had no idea when I was going to tase him during his set. So I don't know why he has it now. We don't have the taser rod tonight. But I guess he just keeps that thing on him, I guess, is what the kids are saying.
Well, because I have to go back.
Yeah, we just started a BDSM dungeon. That is the truth. We started in it's like a mixed media location along with a sex dungeon. They are it's Denver Dangerous Theater. They're very cool. Wendy Winglewick, she supported us first, but we had to do our show at about 11 o'clock. So getting tickets and people in there at 11 proved very hard, but we did it. We would fill the room up at 11, and then we had regulars coming in. Before you know it, it was a regularly filled show for about 2 years in the dungeon, I would say. And then we moved it into a comedy club after the pandemic. Because after 2 years of the Dangerous Theater, pandemic hit. Wheel took a break from spinning, and then we brought it back. Because the whole reason we brought Wheel was to bring some chaos and fun to Doom. To show that if you're in front of any kind of doom or melancholy, you can laugh at it.
Absolutely.
In a time of chaos. And that's kind of the whole premise of the show is stand-up comedians who normally bring laughter now have to face kind of a roadblock and see if they can still bring the laughter.
I feel like that's almost like how I imagine performing in life is. It's like, right, like say you're going through something in life, you kind of have to push through it, right? Say you booked the show and you got a bad phone call. It's like, are you still going to show up and fight through that? You know,
that's kind of what I was realizing. Every comic every person was dealing with that, and it's kind of hard to focus on that when you eat a raw habanero pepper.
Hell yeah.
So, or if you're getting taser rod behind you, like Jaws.
Are you saying you're a little bit of a sadist?
A little bit, absolutely. Not a lot of, like 40%. I don't know, 40%.
40 is pretty high.
It's not maximum. It's on the left.
I feel like it could be worse. I could be having people kneeling on fucking raw rice.
Which
or
I don't
some
think
shit.
I've done that. I think maybe the worst thing. You gotta ask somebody what the worst thing we've done. We've had comics get in their underwear, do their set in front of like when we did comedy clubs and things like that, because that's sometimes the big fear is being caught in your underwear. I brought live snakes on stage.
Snakes.
Shout out to Scales and Tails Reptile Shop. They sponsored us for a little while.
I think I heard Nina Davis had a snake on her once.
Yeah, we brought a crocodile, we brought a caiman gator once. And those are some of the tamer things I think we've done.
That's the tamer stuff?
I mean, when you put it into perspective, because people are always like, hey, do you remember that time? And then they'll tell me something I did, and I'll have no recollection of doing that. Like, we had smelling salts being passed around during sets, which I lost control of that one. They're not always hits. That's kind of the thing. We try new things and see if it's stage worthy, if it doesn't take too much away from the comics. We still want comics to have the ability to perform.
No chloroform.
No chloroform. We've strayed away from drugging and giving comics like an excessive amount of booze. Just like
Fair.
Not just getting them hammered and then ruining their lives afterwards.
no
But
sets.
I've had bugs where they've had to eat them live. I also had like a bucket of mealworms that he had to put, a comic had to put his feet in while he did his stand up.
I can't tell if this is like punk rock or Fear Factor.
I'm trying to kind of mix it all. I grew up watching Jackass and Fear Factor and these kind of shock, Kenny versus Spenny, those kind of things. And I think that everybody is political these days. Everybody's got a stance, and I don't have any of that. I just have chaos in my brain. And I just want that. I want that to be a thing that still exists. I think that it's proven that a little chaos can get things right back on track. And I want that for people to come to the show during the middle of a week when they're used to just taking orders and clocking in, and then they go back on a Thursday after seeing the show, and they're just like, "Hey, so I saw somebody get taser rod." We got sensory deprivation. We made a blind and bound set where we get these goggles, blackout goggles. We put construction headphones on them. We tie their arms up behind them, and then they have to do their set.
That's fun. That's awesome. It's almost like you're able to give conversation for like the personality impaired.
Yeah, and I want to give it water cooler talk. I want to give comics something that's different too. Because there's 85 million comedy shows and comedians, and you do your show and people are like, "How was it?" "Oh, it was good," or "It was bad."
Yeah.
But this show, I promise you, you're gonna have a story out of it. I think actually, the worst one now is the one that stayed on the wheel every single show, and that's the raw habanero pepper.
Yeah.
That's every single time someone gets that, they have told me I've ruined their intestines eating a raw. And I think what I say to that is, you're a pussy, John Brown. I'm calling you out.
Especially when you started the show, it had the added benefit of being new in comedy. We didn't know a lot of funny people. Everyone was new.
Yeah.
So, how do you sell a show to a bunch of comics that aren't funny? Well, if he's not funny, he's still going to cry. So just watch that. That's also fun.
I kind of want it to be a safe bet that the audience is going to get something fun to watch, no matter what. Hopefully, I don't want it to be a comic in pain.
Don't we though?
But if that, that's why we watch like NASCAR. There's like 10% of us is like, exactly. We want to see that possibility, that just to the edge of what could go wrong, and
also what you're willing to do.
100%. And we do give the option. Consent's a big deal. I have in my show, because even fate can give you a bad deal on my wheel. If a comic says no to something, we just dress them up like a clown. We dress them up like the clown that they want to be, and then that still gets them out of their skin, because whatever they're saying, they have a big red nose on and a rainbow wig. So, remember, we're comedians. We are clowns for a moment.
I picked the right shirt.
There you go. But I think we lose sight of why we go to comedy shows and why we're trying to laugh. It's to get out of our head, to take a break. Yeah. And I try to force that on people any jarring way that I can do that. And I think after 5, 6, 7, I have no idea. I don't know. Yeah, it's all kind of spun and blurred together now. And we're still striving to do that. We're still trying to bring things that are alternative ways of laughter, and still designed to give people an opportunity to laugh chaotically.
I love that. I feel like it's probably really liberating for the comedians as well to be like, I survived the Wheel of Doom.
I've heard that a lot of times from comics. They're like, hey, some of my best tape was because I was in my underwear and everybody saw it. But then people started following me, and that was fun. And I'm not scared of any show after that. Because once you've been on stage in your underwear, it's kind of hard to be nervous after you've done this. Or I brought a TENS unit on stage, and where that's a machine that simulates labor pain. Yeah, hard to
That is
complain
so
about a headache
crazy.
if you've done that before. You have a headache, you still go up and do the show because you were like, well, there was that one time that I got electrocuted in my abdomen, and I killed it. I did a great show, so it gives, I think, another notch in your hat to say that I've done the show. I wasn't a pussy about it, and I have comics who tell me straight up, I don't want to do it. I'm like, hey, cool.
Yeah.
You don't have to, but you hear about it, and I'm sure you're like, I would love to have a story like that.
Right? It's like, do you really want to be iconic or not? Like,
I think that the comics that don't want to do it, there's 50% of them that absolutely are being honest. They're like, yeah, I'm scared, and that's fine. They're at least honest about it. And I think there's another half that take themselves too seriously.
yeah.
And they're like, I cannot be seen outside of an image that they've created for themselves. Which that's another reason why I want this Wheel of Doom.
Kind of weed out who's too Hollywood.
Well, it just forces you out of out of an image you've created. If you've crafted this persona and you've tricked everyone into believing it, how is that happening when I'm tasing you? Let's see if you manage that character that you've so well crafted when Doom is in front of you and people are watching.
It's kind of fun to hear that too, because I know when I talk to a lot of my musical artists and stuff, a common theme is everyone's like, I end up talking to someone, I try to give someone a compliment, and they're like, I know. It's like there's so many people that are so well rehearsed that it's almost like part of this experience of being on stage is being vulnerable and like self-sacrificial and being exactly. And there's supposed to be a level of connectivity where the second someone's like, oh, I'm so well rehearsed, I have this patent image and I don't want to ruin it, it kind of makes you go like, like you're not really in it for the thrill, It makes me very flaccid. I'm not about it.
I completely agree with that because I'll admit I was somebody who took himself too seriously, and would present myself and I have to be this person that I idolize and want to be in the future instead of being present of who I am now. And once I realized that kind of ego death I needed happened, I was like, okay, well I'm not nothing, but I'm not this big shot that I thought I was. I'm just a guy who wants to have fun. That's why I'm a comedian. And I think that's why a lot of comedians at the core became a comic, is that they're just somebody, a big kid who wants to play recess all day.
Yeah.
And I want to give that show a life, a little tiny bubble to exist in all the shows that happen. All the ones where there's somebody watching who might give you a review, or everybody's counting your clock and making sure you have so many laughs per minute.
Yeah.
There's so much bullshit. Oh, they heard that one joke where you took a swing and you missed, and now everybody's mad at you, and now you're fired. Now you're fired. I want a space that exists, a show that exists, that you can be like, well, if everything goes wrong, I can go spin the Wheel of Doom, eat a pepper, and have some fun.
Hell yeah.
And kind of let loose. And I think that only can happen the moment you stop looking at yourself as who you want to be and who you are. And I think the people who take themselves seriously are constantly trying to double down on who they think they're supposed to be instead of who they actually are.
Kind of fights that evolution,
Yeah. Or they're trying to force a persona out that they were presented they think they need to have.
Yeah.
Like that stuck up, bad person who thinks that, don't talk to me kind of thing. Yeah, I'm guilty of that. I'm still guilty of it.
I think it's part of the journey,
Yeah, absolutely. And I kind of have this also as my own ego death once a month to be like, hey, remember, you're a jester. You're not hot shit. And for any moment you think you are, you need to check yourself. You're just a guy trying to bring laughter. And there's something good in that too. Hold value in that. Hold value. I'm not saying don't have confidence if you know who you are, be valuable in who you are, but don't be mad at others or project yourself as others because you're not in the position you want to be. As far as success in art, success as a show producer, success whatever you're doing that night, even don't take it so seriously.
I admire what you're doing. I think that it's very noble. I think it's punk as fuck. I think it's super, super dope, and I appreciate you kind of taking the time. Thank you.
Kindness is punk rock.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll fucking steal a Superman. I don't give a shit. Kindness is punk rock. This is the wheel that Alan Mitchell designed. You want to talk about your wheel?
I mean, it's a big wheel. What was the original version of the wheel you were doing back at Dangerous? Was it just on your phone or something?
No, we bought an Amazon wheel and it kept breaking. It was terrible, and it was the size of maybe the top hat I wear now. And it never reached the back of the stage. So then you took your little gnome woodworking hands and then built this, which has little Velcro spots on here so we can remove the spots, put up new wheel punishments each month, kind of change it on the fly. I don't know where he found all these parts, maybe in his gnome backpack. And then he whittled this. This used to be my uncle, actually. He suffered from the wheel of doom, and now he is the wheel of doom. His name is Teklon. Yeah.
His Teklon.
His name's Teklon. We have a light. There's a red light here that glows. It's really nice when all the lights shut off to give that kind of effect. And then this is our table of doom with all the multiple props that we're going to have for all the different punishments that we have already preset, so that way whatever they land on, they can go straight to the table. We can get it set up and get straight to the jokes. But it's all here and laid out. And usually this takes about a week of planning to figure out what we're going to do, and then if we have to make something DIY, I give it to the gnome, and then he builds things, like our sensory deprivation headset combo that we made, or the top hat I don't know where he found. He didn't make this, he just found this. He found this on the side of the road. There's a man without a hat somewhere. We are working on Edward Dildo
The old
hands.
ones that aren't.
No way.
So we're working on that
still
one.
in progress.
Yeah, we keep it all on us anytime. So if anyone out there wants to book Wheel of Doom for your event, just come find us on Instagram. We'll be happy to bring this whole show on the road. This thing travels with us pretty well. We've taken it to Boulder, to Texas, to Springs, to Denver. Any other cities you're out there, just message me, or any other venues at all. You want a wild alternative comedy show? We got this thing down to about an hour and a half, smooth and clean. As long as we don't bring the live animals.
Yeah.
We're good. Yeah.
Would you care to plug some of your social media so people can find you?
Yeah. My comedy page is at Rumery Pics on Instagram, so feel free to follow me there. At Rumery Clips on TikTok. I'm terrible at TikTok, but I'm gonna get better at it. And then you can just find me on Facebook, John Rumery. That's always a good way to find me.
Are you on any socials?
Not really, but I mostly just build stuff for him. I have like a workshop, and he'll message me after a show like, "Hey, is there any way we can simulate someone getting mauled by a tiger? Can you figure that out?" I'm like,
If you smell sawdust in the air, that's probably him. Sawdust and PBR, and then that's where you follow that smell. You'll find out.
Spin that wheel. Spin that wheel.
He said, "Dad, guess what?" I said, "What, son? What?" He said, "Today I learned what the clitoris was." Word. Word. Because I know 33-year-old men who do not know what the clitoris is. And this worried me because as a dad, I want him to learn. I want him to expand his horizons, but he has to get it from the right place. You understand, if he learns it from a teacher, that's fine. He learns it from the janitor, big red flag. So I have to make sure he learned the correct material. And I said, "Son, do you have a book? Do you have a website? Do you have anything that can show me what you learned?" And then my son handed me a book of insects. This motherfucker didn't learn what the clitoris was. He learned what the chrysalis was. It's a roller coaster of emotions for a father, I'll tell you that. And one end I'm proud, I'm thinking, I am raising a sex god! Oh, we're gonna learn about bugs. That's cool. That's cool. But I think you probably are looking behind me and wondering what the fuck this is, aren't you? No, just two. Everybody here knows what it is, yeah? What we get? Senseless sex!
I'm going to tell you guys, I do at 45 need a colonoscopy. Oh. Thanks, Dad. He's so mean. He's like, "Grr, I'm a wizard." Shut up, John Rumery, wherever you are. He's gone? Okay, it's just us now. Shh. Okay, I can tell you guys that my doctor told me I needed colonoscopy, and I was pretty upset about it because I was like, I'm not doing that. That means I'm an old person, and I'm in denial about that. But to make it better, he thought I would make it better if he told me I could shit in a box and like mail it off. I don't know if anyone, you guys clap if you've shit in a box. Ow! For funsies or for science? Okay. I was like, you want me to shit in a box and mail it? Like, who handles that package? Crapazon? That was a good, thank you, Kathy. It's the only one. It's more fun than I expected. Did you guys, I'm gonna drop some knowledge. This is some trivia, and you guys write this down.
Stop it! Where do we land on? Can we get a chant? Will that help you? Can we get a chant? Leslie, 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 Leslie. Everybody please give it up for Leslie Ford!
That was crazy. Anyway, I had a thought earlier. Oh my God. My tongue, I did it again. All right, y'all. I did this last time too. And I swallowed the seeds with my soft palate, which means I'm gonna start drooling soon. Some cheese? No, who wants some? Do you have whipped cream? Oh, I can't be drinking like that. I'll get crazy on some Baileys. I'll start decorating this shit Christmas-like. My daughter's a thug. Okay? And when I say this, I don't say it lightly. I understand y'all don't understand what I mean, because we have like biker gangs here, okay? My daughter is not gonna crack under an interrogation. If you looked at my daughter and I asked her what her name was, she would say, that's personal information. And I understand I don't have to give that out if I don't want to. That includes my first and last name, my phone number, address, and email address. And then she would ask you if you're a kidnapper.
Do we have any gun owners in the crowd right now? A few? Okay. I don't have an opinion on guns, whatever, right? But I did see a woman holding a baby and like a baby sling in her right arm, and then also a gun mounted on her right hip, right? Like I said, I don't have an opinion on guns for you, but I'm just logistically, right? Some shit goes down. Are you gonna switch arm baby, grab gun? You're gonna cross holster that bad boy, left hand? You're gonna do the responsible thing, drop that baby, strong stance, straight forward, right? I think not. Toss baby, shoot gun, catch baby, right? Better yet, baby shoot gun, you know what I'm saying? Teach them while they're young. Stupid.
Look him in the eye. Yeah, see? By the way, my buddy's here and he said I have to wear this hat so I can ride the roller coaster rides with my son. Fuck you, alright? Matt Medina, what are you scared of most and what do you want most out of this wheel?
Complete fascist takeover of America is what I'm scared of. But if we're talking about the wheel, let me see. I don't like the sodas, I'm a Pib man. I'm a Pib Extra type of guy.
So you don't like grass and dirt soda?
I mean, no, John, where's the camera? I love grass and dirt soda. Are you kidding me?
All right, man, what do you want me to stop? 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 What do we land on? The pepper. I think it landed on Wheelmaster choice, right? I think it's my fucking show. So I get to pick what I want to see happen. No, I bought a fucking helium tank for this, goddammit.
I need another balloon, John.
I'm an ex-drug addict. Come on now. Alan, where's my balloon, Alan? Let me rip it off the tank, John. Come on.
You don't gotta make it a big deal. Holy shit. That's part of the act. Everybody relax. Clowns ripping floor balloons like how bums pick up floor cigarettes. Is that not funny? I don't know. A lot of clowns in the room tonight? Jesus Christ.
I've had a lot of weird jobs in my life. I don't know about you guys.
They support fucking art here, so support them.
Advice from an amateur stand-up comedian. Let's see. Never listen to any other comedian. That's about all I got for you guys.
Art is freedom, man. Do it, like, you know, however it is, whatever you feel. I mean, if that's what you're drawn to, like, if you want to play music, get out there and play music. An open mic is the first places you're gonna come and try it and be scared and stuff, but that's fine because it's part of the journey. It's not a day, it's not a week, it's a life, it's a journey. It's you know, being in the arts. So there's gonna be bad days, there's gonna be good days. It's gonna happen all the time.
Honestly, you just gotta get up there and do it. I highly recommend a notebook to write down all your jokes. I personally put them in my phone and then I write them down in my notebook, so it's like I'm kind of writing it down twice so you won't forget them.
Whatever I'm about to say doesn't really matter unless you want it to matter. If you want to go out, go out. If you want to make a decision, make a decision. As long as it doesn't hurt you or anybody else. If you want to be a comedian, find a shitty bar that has an open mic and cry about your ex-girlfriend for 3 weeks until you finally make a joke. If you want to be a musician, write a song, cover a song that no one covers, and then go to an open mic. Artists, I feel like their compulsion to draw is there. Just draw on everything. Draw on the car, draw on the wall, draw on your shoes, draw on the dog. Besides that, what was the second part of the question?
Oh, just like, just anyone that's struggling to like get out, like, just words of encouragement.
Yeah,
like
it's easier said than done, but as someone that benefits from leaving the house and just going on a walk, bye, get them safe. From someone that benefits from just leaving the house to interact with strangers, just go out. Open the door, it's there. Ride a skateboard, ride a bike, ride roller skates, take the bus, take the public transit, talk to your neighbor, take a taxi, fuck Uber, free Palestine.